Hello there and welcome back. And also good morning. It's very early here, but as usual, I want to give you my highlights of day one of Superbooth 2025. So far has been a blast. We've been blessed with great weather, and it's that moment of the year where all of the friends gather, all the musicians, all the artists, all the companies, and it's very, very beautiful to just hang out in that beautiful space that is the Fez, which is in the nature. And I'm sure I missed a lot of things because the first day give you this sort of, you feel drunk, you touch so many things, you see so many things that it's really hard after a few hours to understand where you are. You can keep floating around this huge space that is the Fez, just to get to a point to another, probably take 20 minutes walking. I'll try to give you in these next days my favorite things, and today I have quite of a good list of nice stuff that I managed to touch. I'm not gonna give you my top things, but it's what caught my attention and in a chronological order. So since at the moment I get into the fair and then walk around. So without any further ado, let's just get into it. So the first booth that I visited, and the first one that I actually saw, was the Moog booth. So Moog introduced a new keyboard called the Messenger. I knew about that since a few months because I already talked with the designer. And it's very, very nice. It's a small one, so I think it's aimed a lot to performers, to live performers. It sounds Moog and it sounds really massive. It has, it's a fairly basic structure, but it has these things that caught my attention, that it's the bass resonance button, which basically balance the loss of bass when you start cranking the resonance, making a very beefy sounds all over the spectrum of it. So I think it's a very interesting one to create sequences, is a mono sequences, bass sequences or lead sequences in the way that I really like. So I will have the chance to demo it soon, and I can't wait to put my hands on it. Moving right next to it, there was one of my favorite company ever, and I am a big supporter of them, and it's Erica Synth. Erica every year introduce something interesting and unique. This time I noticed they didn't focus on their modular, but they brought more of a desktop thing. There was a Percons, their booth is always amazing. This year is even cooler, and they introduced this X drum, which is a collaboration between them and X Inverter. Obviously, being Erica, it's another drum with a lot of character. I love the form factor, I love how it feels, and there was a demo going on when I get in. It can be pretty aggressive, but also I think it's a very versatile one. I will have to play with that more. I'm glad to see that every single year Erica introduce something worth my time and worth my attention. So congrats to them, and I always love to say hi to Gertz. It's such a nice human being, and there's always a nice vibe in the Erica booth. So keep moving from there. I take a walk. There's so many companies on that high floor, but I went straight to my friends at Elektron. This time they didn't have any new product to introduce. I think they came out recently with the Digiton 2, and they are refining all of the overbridge and stuff. And one cool things that they were showing at Superbooth is this new integration between the box. That was just the Digiton, but I think they want to open that to all the overbridge machine with an iPad, so you can connect directly an iPad and have all the control you would have in your DAW with overbridge on your iPad. I think it's a brilliant idea because it will allow to have a better vision of what you're doing, a better cue of what you're doing. And if you perform with just one of their boxes, that could be a very, very smart idea. There's another interesting thing that is called the Chord. It's this a very small synth that is a concept. It's the same guys that made the Wiggler last year, and I love the concept of this quirky small instrument that actually allow to play in a different way. So the Wiggler was this thing you put your fingers in and wiggle, and this time they created this chord that has 4 notes, and you slide them in both the pitch and the volume, and then you have the way to control all the LFO, the filter, create some sort of rhythmical nuances with the LFO, and it's a very fun instrument to play. Next to that, my friend, at Torso, they finally announced, we knew it was coming, the firmware number 2. So I've been in a beta test for a while. I didn't check the last one. I already know that what they implemented, finally bring it in, the perform, the scene, those pages that were coming soon. They also release a white version of the S4, which looks pretty nice. And I will be covering the new firmware in a video pretty soon, down in the big gym. So first thing first, let me say that my heart was beating fast, and I was super proud to finally see the Oxy One Mark II in the wild. I worked on that for the past 6 months. I put a lot of ideas, a lot of effort in it, and Oxy for me now become a second family, and it was great to see it there. It was great to see how many people gather and were excited, honestly excited about that. Manuel also did a great presentation with that. So I won't talk about that here because it would feel a little biased, but it's one of my favorite things. I think it's one of the best pieces of technology, especially for sequencing, that is around. So, good job, Oxy. But as soon as you enter the gym, there's always my friend from Enjoy Lab. I love them guys, and they introduce, and I was surprised because they recently start shipping out the Feel, but they built on the same platform of the Feel this new thing called ELFO, and I was like, what the hell is gonna be this ELFO? And of course it's ELFO. So it's a 4 LFO module where you can draw your LFO like you do with the Feel, but while the Feel, it's like more of a field machine. It's something that disrupts the movement of your sequences. This one is built to create LFOs, and it's pretty great. I love it. I can't wait to try it. Not only you draw LFO, you have a very comprehensive matrix when everything can interact with each other, but also they have this page called the Magic Crystal, that's why ELF, Magic Crystal, where the LFO, the different LFO go inside this sort of prism, and they get mangled and they get spit out with different modulation of the modulation of the modulation. They also are redesigning all the pages of the Godfather, and they probably will do a Godfather just for Modular with a glossy finish to match their other new module. Another company that I'm a bit guilty about, because Sleepy Circuit sent me few stuff last year. I was not in a good space last year, so I didn't manage to do a demo for them and send them back. It was visual stuff, the Mez and the Hypno, great tool, but also tools that you need to kind of get it to use it. But this year they introduced something that not only catched my interest, but my wife's interest. And if you know, Candice used to help me doing visual, and she saw these things called the Hypno 2, and it's really cool and beautiful. Not only you have a screen there, which is a touch screen, but controlling it and having fun with it is the matter of 1 second, and finally there's something like that. I would really love to put my hands on that for my show. You can import, before was more of a video synthesizer, analog video synthesizer. This time you can import a lot of your own video, and that's where I'm more happy because I would like to bring what I do with my camera, bring it in, and then play with it. Can this one-to-one? So I guess we're gonna have to demo it very soon. So good job. Sleepy Circuit. Next to them, oh, this was supposed to be my alarm, but I didn't sleep that long. Next to that, my other friends at Morph Modular, they introduced their new line of case, with few ideas that I really wanted. I had my folding case, they building me a new one because I needed some different specs. And not only now you can separate the two different cases, which comes with their own proprietary powering system, which is great, clean and powerful. But they start building a one-unit module with the idea of not being the classic unit module that it's featured on other cases. Their quality is top-notch, so I really love what they're doing. Next to them, that was a kind of a showstopper. I didn't know what to think, honestly, when I saw it online. Clang. They produce this beast of an instrument. I wouldn't call it a synthesizer, it's an instrument. It's called the Uranograph. And when you see it, it's quite of a, you know, conversational piece, I would say. It is this big thing made out of actually aluminum, and most of the things sourced in Italy, so I love also that. Basically, you have a position where you would put your hands, and one control the pitch with those very sensitive metal plates. You can create your own scale. It comes with a lot of scale. You can make each one of those whatever notes you want, but it's very simple because you can create preset and load it very fast. It's an additive synth with, I would say, vibe that come from West Coast synthesis. It has a very cool effects part with delay, reverb. It has a preamp that can bring music from the outside world. We have a very cool looking looper with 5 different, if I don't remember well, good position where the loop goes faster or shorter. The loop is at the end, so you can layer your sound. I think it's one of those instruments like the Lyra that you can take to your show and make an entire thing out of that. But it's very controllable, it has preset, it felt really, really good. From there, next, there was this Noisite, I hope that's the right pronunciation, drop. It's this new control surface, which is a MIDI control, but also has 2 CV out, and introduced this concept of drop. So basically, when it's synced, you can tell him every few cycles or after this amount of beat, you're gonna do this. And you can basically build with those rubber pad, you can build scenes, let's call it like that, so Octograph friend will understand, and then tell the drop to launch that scene or change this setting that you can easily record in a second. Just to follow up on that, my friend Shik brought their new version of the N32. Sorry, I didn't write it. It's gonna be an N32 something, but now there's gonna be the screen in the latest one. It looks pretty amazing. I need to demo that, so I'm gonna go this morning, but I wanted to just do a shootout because it's really well built and it look really, really, really good. This is Bungalowdorf, so it's the farthest part of the fair, and my friend Mark is there, Mark Verbos. He did a great concert at home the first night, and that's why I'm pretty tired, because in 2 nights I've been at Czech Mark Verbos that was playing late, like 1 at the night, and yesterday I was at Berghain, and there I see Heimbach, amazing performance, Surgeon Girl, oh my god, she was amazing, and Dasha Rush. Anyway, Mark introduced his new expanded contravoltage. It's the last module that I need to complete my system. I think it's gonna be ready in summer, so they're still working on that. It expands on the original one, the one that only has 8 steps. They show me this new modality that is a sort of modality when you can trigger it and it will start triggering all of the different stages, creating very, very cool soundscape. So yeah, that is the only things I miss for my modular part, then I don't want anything else. Next to them, other Italian brands and Frap tools. I love what they do too. They introduced, and it was a surprise because they are known to be modular people, but they introduced this great keyboard, Manolia, and it's an FM synthesis. It's built on the brand's legacy. It's obviously a beast of instrument. It's big, bold, beautiful, and we tried it, and in the video you see my dear friend Francesco Gennari playing it. If you are a keyboard player, it's a no-brainer. I hope, and I'm pretty sure they're going to do a desktop version, and that is something that I would really love to have in my studio. Good job, Frap Tools. Next them, my friends Vermona. They introduce, surprise too, a new drum machine, and the Drum Ding. It's very cool. It's a 6-voice. You have a certain amount of tracks, let's say, and one button you press called voice. You do the voice, you do a sound with the top layer where you have a VCO, you have all the things to create drum-oriented sound. Then the machine sample and you put it in one of these tracks. So somehow you create kits with just one voice, and then you spread it onto all of these voices, and then you play with that. I find the idea really enticing. I never had anything like that, and yes, it's a sample machine, but you create your own sample very fast, on the fly, so definitely something that I would use. And knowing the Vermona sound, I think it's gonna be a blast to use, so looking really forward to have more in-depth knowledge about that. So, a few more things. Instro introduced their C-Shell. It's already been covered quite a lot. It's a very small synthesizer. It's a voice, but complete voice. But also it has integration with the DAW. It's very beautifully designed. I think Instro is one of the top brand in designing things. Their stuff is great. So it was a blast to play. Then, two more things, and big ones. Polyend introduced this new pedal called the Mesh. It's a 4 effects that you can move the order, whatever you want, with sequencer. They told me there's like more than 100 effects. You can create very complex things and sequence them. Great, of course, for your end of chain. Was pretty hard to demo because it was more guitar oriented, but Mitch will give me a demo these days. I really like what Polyend is doing lately. Final thing, one of my favorite company ever, Intellijel, introduced 3 new things. The Swells, which is a reverb module, which allow you to do a lot of stuff. I need to demo that, so I'm not gonna talk about that right now. And next to that, the new cases that, man, they look amazing. They made it more clean. They have now 8 outputs, a new power system that allows you to have a more clean power. But what really steal my breath was their new mixer, the Jelly Mix. It's so smart and simple that it's exactly what I would like to have live. Of course, sometimes I like to play with my big Model 1, but that one is this small mixer with stereo in, with filters, with 2 sends that it's just great. It's the right price point, around $600, built like a tank. So now there's only one, that is the only prototype, but I can't wait to put my hands on that. That for sure is gonna be mine because I want to use it for live performances. All right, that's it. I cover, I think, everything that I really like. First day, now today I'm gonna take it a little more chill and see what will be around. Hit me up if you want me to swing by to your booth. And yeah, guys, I'm already excited. I have to pack. See you tomorrow.